Hey everybody, in this week's episode, we're gonna answer the crucial question, how much house can I afford in Maine? With prices rising and interest rates rising, everybody's like, oh my goodness, how much house can I afford? So we're gonna jump right into that. Let's do this. All right, everybody. Hey, like I said, we're going to dive into, how much house can I afford here in Maine? I'm Doug Schauf with the Make Maine Your Home team over Remax Oceanside. And this is a crucial question. Whenever you're looking at buying a house, you got to figure out how much you can afford. The first thing that we want to talk about, understanding your finances. Start with your monthly income and the importance of knowing your total monthly income, before taxes. That's kind of what they're going to use to help calculate things out. And you're going to want to factor in all sorts of things, whether it's, your salary. A lot of people focus in on just their salary. But, if you have bonuses that are guaranteed, you want to take that into account. It's basically your yearly income. If you have any investments that are paying you out, that you're able to draw money from on a yearly basis, or any other businesses on the side, things like that, don't just focus in on that steady salary if that's how you get paid. If you're self-employed, you're definitely going to want to focus in on your yearly income. A lot of times banks are going to ask you for 2 years of tax returns if you're self-employed and a lot of other things. So you do want stable income. There are some industries out there that fluctuate so much, they ask for 2 years tax returns so they can really see how much you're making over an extended period of time. One thing that banks look at, and it can also help you kind of look at and see what you're up against when you're going for a loan or a mortgage, anything like that, is debt to income ratio. Debt to income ratio is basically the total monthly debt payments divided by your monthly income, and your ideal DTI ratio for most lenders is below 43%, meaning that your mortgage is not more than 43% of your income. To calculate this, you're going to list out all your common monthly debts, that you're paying on student loans, credit cards, cars, any kind of housing expenses like any other mortgages, property tax, insurance, all that kind of stuff is what they're going to look at. And they want to try to keep that below 43%. No more than 28% of your monthly income is on housing costs, and no more than 36% on your total debt. Those are kind of some quick numbers to look at. And this is like if you're maybe just starting out and you're like, what am I going to need? This will kind of educate you a little bit on what the bank is going to look for, and you can start looking at it yourself. I still highly recommend going to a mortgage professional, and they'll kind of help you with all this. But this will at least kind of educate you a little bit on what's happening and how they're doing it, and maybe help you speak with that professional a little better. Hopefully this video is working out for you and giving you a lot of benefit. Remember to hit subscribe, hit that little bell so you get notified. We come out with a couple videos every week regarding Maine, real estate, finances, lots of great stuff. So thanks for watching and keep it up. One thing that we also talk a lot about is down payment. Like, how much money do I need to put down on the house? Now, while it's really important to try to put as much down as possible, historically 20% down is what a lot of banks would want. Nowadays there's conventional loans that you can do as little as 5% down. There's some government-backed loans that you could do as little as no money down. The more money you could put down, the better, of course. So, I want to make sure that, save up for that. If you're looking at your monthly payment, the more money you put down, the lower your monthly payment could be, depending on the house you're buying. And emergency fund money, just like on a personal finance note, is, it's always good to save some money. Kind of have that there. Depending on who you talk to, some people say, hey, you want to have a whole year's worth of salary saved up in case if something drastic happens, you have that. But if you have insurance, like long-term insurance or something like that through your job or whatever, you might not need that much. But it is good to maybe have some cash there available in an emergency fund that's like, hey, something bad happened, I have this to lean back on. So that's just, good personal finance things to look at. Other costs to really consider are property taxes, association fees if you're looking at a condo or looking to live in some sort of association, and any homeowner's insurance, of course, all sorts of maintenance things. So the reason I bring this up or that we like to talk about this is there's a lot of mortgage calculators out there. And a lot of them just give you your monthly payment with interest. You want to make sure that you're looking at monthly payment with the loan, the interest, the property taxes, and the insurance. I use an app through Zillow. It's a Zillow mortgage calculator. It's just one that I've been using for a long time, and it works out okay because you can add in there, your property taxes and your insurance, and then it gives you a good, estimate on your monthly payment. I always want to make a disclaimer. It's an estimate. Talk to your mortgage professional, talk to your bank. They're going to be able to give you exact numbers, but this at least kind of helps you get a rough idea of what your payment's going to be when you're looking at individual houses or specific houses. The pre-approval process to go out and get approved for a mortgage, I can't stress how important it is. Just go talk to or go find a good mortgage professional that you trust and that will give you all of these numbers and kind of talk you through the process. If you're already working with a real estate broker, chances are they have partners. We have partners that we typically refer people to because the lenders that we work with have taken care of so many of our clients that we trust them and that they're going to help you as well. So lean on those professionals because they're going to talk to you about your debt to income ratio. They're going to talk to you about your credit score, and they're going to look at all of those things. So some future financial goals, when you're looking at purchasing a house, align that with your financial goals long term. If you don't have a good financial advisor, or you might think you don't need one, I always recommend everybody have a financial advisor that they can lean on. The one I use, we talk about housing all the time because it's part of your retirement plan, whether you like it or not. It's kind of, it's part of that. So you want to just align yourself with that. And remember, like if you're young and you're thinking through this whole process, remember that life changes. You get married, you have children, you have career changes. Somebody, unfortunately, in your family passes away. All of these things can change your life drastically. So you do want to be mindful of these things when you're thinking of your financial goals and your housing goals. Hopefully this was helpful. I know this was a ton of information, but hopefully it helped out and answered a lot of your questions. If you have any comments or questions, comment below. And remember, if you make Maine your home, you don't have to do it alone. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and one of these buttons over here. You get a lot of great information about real estate, the state of Maine, cool things to do, all that kind of stuff. And of course, if you have any questions at any time, comment below or hit us up on all social media platforms and we'd love to help you out. And we love talking about Maine and real estate in Maine.